Welcome back. Previously, we were dealing with simple interest concept, its cases, compound interest concept, and while dealing with compound interest concept, we come across a situation where you need to use logarithm as well as anti-logarithm concept. So today we are going to study or find out how we are going to find the log of a certain number. It's quite simple, but you need to study some basic steps to be followed while finding out the log. It may be find it quite confusing, but once you understand the concept or logic regarding how to find the log, it will be quite simple. Okay. How to take logarithm of a number? Okay. Previously, we were coming across a number that is 1.3250. For the time being, we can use that number as the example. Okay. Here the number was 1.325. Whenever you are finding the log of a certain number, even if it is given in decimal or whatever it is, you need to first of all write down freely without any decimals. 1.325 is taken as 1325. We are not taking this number as a final number. This is for entirely for the computation purpose alone. So remove the decimal, let the number be 1325. So why we are splitting that this entire number is into two parts, because here before going into further with 1325, you need to understand some basic concept. Here 1 represents the characteristic part of the specific number given in this section. Here 1 represents, it is otherwise known as characteristic part, because it is a number which represents this entire number. We will discuss regarding the peculiarity of this number in the series at the end of the session. And the number which is after the decimal is known as Mandisa part or Mandisa. So this the number to the left hand side of the decimal is characteristic part, and the numbers or whatever it is after the decimal side or right hand side of the decimal is Mandisa part. Okay. First of all, step 1 is you need to, in the exam or examination point of view, you don't have to identify this characteristic part or Mandisa part. From the examination point of view, you need to go from step 2. First of all, we have identified the entire number as 1325. From this number 1325, you need to split into 3 parts. First part is whatever the series is, the first 2 numbers will be the first part, that is 1325. Here 13 will be the first part, followed by 2, that will be the second part, and 5 will be the third part. Remember, you need to split the series into 3 parts. First 2 digits will be first part, next number will be the second part, and next number will be the third part. If there is any number even after 5 or any further series, you don't have to worry about that. The first 4 numbers or the first 3 parts is the most important, because on the basis of that only you need to find log as well as anti-log. Okay, first of all, you have to split it into 3 parts, 13, 2 and 5. Next, this is how a logarithm table looks like. It starts with 10 and it ends at around 99. For the time being, I am just selecting only the first part, because here we have selected 1325 and we have split into 13, 2 and 5. Okay, why we selected first 2 digits as the first part? Because in a log table, see this column, here the number starts with 10, it ends with 99. So the first row, first column consisting of 2-digit numbers. That's why we selected first 2 numbers. Here see 13 comes over here. Okay. For that, identifying which row we have to go through, that's why only we selected first 2 digits. Okay. Next one. Remember, first number is 13. We have selected is 13. Followed by, after 13, the next number is 2. That part depends upon here. From which column you need to select from the remaining 9 columns. That part depends upon this number. Here, first number is 13, and after 13, for why we selecting 13 means which row we have to follow. From this point onwards, we will depend only on this row alone. Okay, on 13, which number has to be selected? That's depend upon second part, that is 2. So we go for second column, the number is 1206. You have got one part, 1206. Next one. Why we have selected second column? I hope you understand. Because in 1325, after 13, the next number is 2. That's why we selected 2, second column. If the number was 1355, we would have gone for fifth column. Fifth column, the number will be 1303. That's how it will work. Okay, now we got 1206. Now we have covered first part, second part, the remaining part is 5. This 5 belongs to mean difference category. See, here is a separate section in the table, mean difference. Here, on the basis of this 13 row, you found 1206, and you also found that in mean difference the number is 5, so you selected 16. Now you got two numbers, 1206 and 16. Why we selected this number is the next step, that is the most important step. You need to add these two numbers. That will be the next step. You need to add the values obtained in step 2. Step 2 means 1206 plus 16. So you will get 1222. This is how a logarithm table concept works. The concept didn't end. We just covered the main part of the computation or finding out the log concept. Next is another important part. Step 5. You need to put decimal. Remember, we begin with 1.325. There was one decimal. So whenever a series consists of decimal, you need to put the same in the number which we have computed now. And how to put that decimal? There is a simple trick. There is a rule for putting decimal and concept all over there. But for the examination point of view and for the simple computation purpose, I am giving a just simple equation. Number of digits to the left of the decimal minus 1. Number of digits to the left of the decimal. Just remember, the number was 1.325. The equation is number of digits to the left of the decimal. Here decimal is this dot. Number of digits. Here how many numbers? There is only one digit, 1. If there is 2.3, which was 2.325, there will be only one digit. Remember, here if the depends upon number of digits that come before decimal. If it was 21.325, it will be 2 digits. If it is 201.325, it will be 3 digits. Here only 1.325, so the number of digits is 1. So the equation is 1 minus 1, because 1.325, it is 1 digit. And remember one thing, since it is 1, we have selected 1. Don't remember like that. Here depends upon the number of digits. If it was 2.325, again it will be 1, because it's based on number of digits to the left of the decimal. Don't get it confused and don't bring any careless mistakes to your exams. If it is 2.325, again it will be 1. If it is 3.325, again it will be 1. If it is 31 or 31.325, if the number was 31.325, here number of digits is 2. So it will be 2 minus 1. For here the equation example was 1.325. The number of digits to the left of the decimal is 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. And where to put that 0? Simple. You need to just put that 0 in front of 1, 2, 1, triple 2. If you have got here 1, it will be 1.1322. If you have got 2, it will be 2.1322. This is how we find the log of a certain number. I hope you understand the concept. Today we are dealing with only the logarithm concept. Just go through it. It's important because we are going to there is no special area for studying logarithm. We are only dealing logarithm in some cases where we are using log concept. In all those cases, you need to find or you need to learn how to find the log of a certain number. This is how a log of a certain number is found out, and likewise you need to study how to find the anti-log of a certain number. If you are thorough with log of a certain, how to find the log of a certain number, it will be quite easy to find anti-log of a certain number. We will discuss in detail how to find the anti-log in next session. That's all for today. Just go through it. If you have any doubts or any clarification you need to clear out, just contact me. That's all. Thank you.